Hey, what's up, gang? Jeff here, Stock Swinger, hopping on. It is Sunday, April 25th. My brother's B-Day today. He is in Vegas. Lucky him. Anyway, you guys, what do we have? We have 4 hours and 18 minutes until pre-market, Monday morning tip-off. Boy, we got to have a good week for both of these stocks. I don't see how we cannot. I'm trying to find a piece of negative. I cannot. We've touched on everything. We know what's going on with everything. We don't need to be repetitive in that. But today I found myself going down a funky little rabbit hole. I spent half the day sitting around like a bum. The other half I got down this rabbit hole and going through some stuff with these hedge funds and this high-speed trading and all of this nonsense. I'll show you in a minute here. But they're so far ahead of us. We've known that. And if anything I've learned the last 3 months in this, I always knew. I've been in the stock game for about a decade now, and I've always known we are at a super disadvantage. Now, I didn't get too much into that over the years. I knew what was going on. But I'll tell you what, this last 90 days has really opened my eyeballs up to just how disadvantaged we are. Okay, and where I'm going with this, I'm going to show you this little clips on this high-speed trading. One's with an old Citadel employee that kind of turned his head and then got out of there and kind of threw them under the bus. But it's incredible. You know, it's like running a marathon, a 10-mile marathon, and the hedge funds get to take off for the first 3 miles and then we get to go. It's just, we're so behind that. And I think we all kind of know that. So I'm going to go over that stuff with you. And then I want to do a follow-up in this. I don't want to make this video super long. I don't want to make any of my videos super long. So I'm going to touch on those two clips there, but also too, you guys, we won't spend much time with this, but this is a wonderful, wonderful Reddit post here. This was posted earlier today. I'm going to put the link of this in there, but this is the ultimate AMC Timeline, done by Fugues underscore campaign 8623. Let's give him a shout out. But a beautiful piece of due diligence. I'll scroll through this real quick, you guys. All the links are in this to verify everything that's going on, but it's just very, very well done, right? So he goes through this real quick, and then he kind of starts here March 18th, December 17th, all of this information here. You can click on all of this and verify everything that he's saying. You get it in March, proxy statements, SEC, public comments, SEC rule. This is in March. Another SEC approves the 002. SEC approves 004. March 30th. April 1st, April 4th, Godzilla vs. Kong. Blah, blah, blah. Trey gets death threats. SEC approves. I mean, what is this SEC? Gosh, am I kind of been letting that go by my head, but they're in this a lot, aren't they? Trade's interview with Belfort. Look at this. He didn't put the link in there. He says, let's just pretend that never happened, okay? Yeah, we all know that was a disaster, right? Matt Kors got banned from his YouTube. SEC, last day to submit, blah, blah. You get it, all Melvin Capital, but very long, you guys, and I'm going to put that in there. Go through that. It's absolutely wonderfully done. First of all, too, this high-speed trading, what I was talking about, okay? This here, look at this madness here. This is a CNN. This is from August 14th, 2013. This is it's 5 minutes long. It is 8 years old now, right? So just think of the technology now. You fast forward 8 more years. We all know what was an iPhone 8 years ago compared to an iPhone now, right? What was televisions? You get what I'm saying there. But just take a listen to this and let this sink in, okay? Here we go.
They get their executions now better, faster, cheaper than ever before.
My experiences in financial services and in high-frequency trading told me that wasn't true.
So who is right? High-speed trading is a hot topic and a huge moneymaker. Roughly half of all trading is done by high-speed trading firms. So is it a good thing for the markets or a bad thing for society? How does it help? Who gets burned? We decided to start at Citadel, one of the largest market makers and high-speed trading firms in the country. This business appears to be lucrative for Citadel. Its founder and CEO, Kenneth Griffin, made $900 million last year, according to Institutional Investor. Here, in their Chicago offices, they say they execute 14% of all stocks traded in the United States. How?
They are not making trading decisions. Those are all made by the computers.
Essentially, they pay to see the orders that you make online first, and decide whether or not to take the other side of that trade. If the algorithm likes the price, they play ball. If it doesn't, Citadel passes the trade on to an exchange.
Get ready to start trading on a streamlined, easy-to-use, web-based platform.
Can you promise customers of TD Ameritrade that they're getting the absolute best price?
Yes, we will always give the best available price on the market or better. 80% of the time, we give our clients a better price than the national best bidder offer.
By law, Citadel must match the best bidder offer in a public exchange, but about a third of equity trades take place outside of public exchanges. Citadel doesn't have to match those.
So while the retail trader will get the best price in the market, there's nothing to show that that is an accurate price.
David Lauer worked at Citadel, where he was laid off in 2009, and then worked at other trading firms before deciding the practices were flawed. He has testified before Congress on the dangers of high-speed trading.
The market exists for two reasons. The first reason is price discovery, and the second is capital formation. That's it. The market is not there to be a casino for math geniuses. The price discovery mechanism breaks down when too much of the incoming orders are executed outside of the normal exchange system. And there have been several studies that have demonstrated that at the 40% mark, it acts as a disincentive for people to post orders on the marketplace. We are right at the 40% threshold now for volume that is happening off exchange.
I can say to my customers, you're getting the best available bidder price out there, but if there's someone that's willing to pay more and they're not telling us and they're not posting on an exchange, that's just how the market works.
Part of that is these pay-for-order flow arrangements that retailers have with wholesalers. Market makers stop posting orders on the lit market. Other countries have recognized this problem, Canada especially. Recently, they passed what's called the Trade-At Rule, which imposes a burden if you're going to execute off-exchange. And that has driven dark volume down to around 2 to 3% of the Canadian markets. Now, some will argue that's a bit extreme, and it might be, but 40% is another extreme. And we are doing more harm than good when we're at that level.
The major exchanges over the last 10 or 15 years have lost a lot of market share. 80% of all New York Stock Exchange stocks used to be traded on the New York Stock Exchange floor. Now that number is 11%. Unfortunately, the exchanges are reacting to loss of market share by trying to get the regulators to protect their business model. We're not very supportive of that.
Citadel also argues they are bringing high-speed trading technology to the masses.
I think the automation of the markets has resulted in a much better outcome for average, everyday retail investors. We have state-of-the-art technology and infrastructure and one of the fastest trading systems around. Any retail client order that gets executed through us is trading on a level playing field with the best high-frequency traders out there.
You can reap some of the benefits of high-speed trading systems, but it's a very questionable claim. As soon as you've looked at something and clicked, or typed in something and clicked, the benefits don't accrue to you because you've already taken hundreds of milliseconds to take an action, and that's just an eternity in the world of high-frequency trading. When I was sitting on a high-frequency trading desk, and the guy next to me had a PhD in bioinformatics, the guy on the other side had a PhD in climate science from Harvard. The guy behind me designed semiconductors for Intel, and another guy had a master's in math from MIT. And these guys are all working on an HFT desk. You could have had someone looking for a cure for cancer, someone helping address the issues of global warming, another one leading advances in semiconductor design and technology, and yet here they are trying to find their fortune on Wall Street.
You used to have literally thousands and thousands of traders that do the job that our couple dozen people do every day.
I don't believe that's true, because not every person on the New York Stock Exchange trading floor was a PhD in climate science from Harvard. Yet everyone at these HFT firms are the best of the best.
Maureen Farrell, CNN Money, Chicago.
Boy, oh boy. Isn't that something, you guys? My Lord above us. Keep in mind, I'm going to pop this link in there in case you want to watch it. August 4th, 2013. 8 years ago, What has changed since then? Probably a lot better, right? This one over here, real quick. This is only about 3 minutes. I'm going to play this for you guys. Reason is I want to do a follow-up on this too. I'm reading something else that I don't want to do in this video because this thing's getting long here. But take a peek at this one real quick too, okay?
Why do people pay hundreds of millions of dollars for the technology to be right next to stock exchanges? Because it gives them the ability to trade hundreds of times, thousands of times, before that same piece of information makes it to the last person. So they sell technology to allow people to capitalize on the advanced information that they're selling them. And what's really happened is it's led to the rise of what's called high-frequency trading.
I think it's important for people to recognize that the way that the market really works is to have that nexus of hit the brokerage houses with a series of orders that can push it down, then leak it to the press, and then get it on CNBC.
Stock
That's
on the
also
long
very
side. So
important.
we get very vocal when we believe in a stock, both long and short. That's what Lightshed does.
And then you have a kind of a vicious cycle down.
Right.
And it's a pretty good game. And it can be played. You pay for a % or two.
Right, and then you get long before Macworld and the expectation that the iPhone is going to be good. Right, and then you go back, flip to the long
got to
side.
use the other side.
Interesting.
Yeah, and there's a case where I would say the January 80 puts can be justified because after I've knocked the stock down to 80, I can buy a lot of common.
Senator Kaufman, who has both business and engineering degrees, says he's a big fan of technology, but he thinks it's gotten way ahead of financial regulators' ability to monitor it. Right now, it's not even possible to determine for sure who is making high-frequency trades or what they're telling their computers to do.
We don't not know what's going on inside those boxes. There's all types of allegations about what's going on inside there.
By law, Citadel must match the best bidder offer in a public exchange, but about a third of equity trades take place outside of public exchanges. Citadel doesn't have to match those.
So while the retail trader will get the best price in the market, there's nothing to show that that is an accurate price.
That edge, Joe Saluzzi claims, has made high-frequency traders the new insiders on Wall Street, and he says he spots signs of predatory behavior every day. Saluzzi, who trades large blocks of stock for institutional investors, says the supercomputers are programmed to place and then cancel thousands of orders a second, trying to sniff out which way a market is moving in order to jump in ahead of big rallies and sell off before big declines. He calls them parasites who exploit a technological advantage to suck money out of the market and add no value.
Does it raise capital for companies?
Absolutely not. If anything, it's distracting from the capital raising process.
Do these high-frequency trades have anything to do with market fundamentals?
Valuation is irrelevant. It's all about just moving the price up and down the ladder all day long. Each day is new. Each day starts fresh. So you have to question the true valuation of the markets now.
Another manipulation technique is called spoofing. For example, a trading program will generate a number of overpriced purchase offers. Thanks to the extreme speed, these overpriced offers can be canceled immediately before anyone purchases them. But as these phantom offers are nevertheless seen, this creates the illusion that a number of dealers are interested in buying the offers, and that prices for these goods will soon rise significantly. Other traders react to this illusion, ensuring that the price actually does rise. The spoofer can now use previously acquired options bought at an unmanipulated price to make significant profits.
Isn't that something, you guys? I mean, let that sink in, right? The thing, I'll leave you with this real quick, too. About all of this stuff we've learned, the last 3 months of everything, like we've touched on, just watching these 2 little video clips on Citadel and hedge funds and spoofing and high-speed trading and all of that, the one thing we can do, and we all know this, AMC and GameStop, we don't have the advantage of this. We don't have Harvard, graduates and PhDs. I mean, we do places, but not working at like these hedge funds, right? But the one thing we can do to break these guys, to bust them down, to bankrupt Citadel, Melvin, whatever it is buy and hold. That's it. Think about that for a minute. That's really all we need to do. All this madness and these guys making billions of dollars. We buy the stocks, we hold the stocks, and we're going to wait for this thing to squeeze. That's all we're doing. So outstanding, guys. Let that sink in. I'm going to put those 2 links in there and do a little bit of, I found some other stuff too. I only want to play those 2 because it gives you a very good idea of what's what. But look, just Google high-speed trading. Anything that has to do with what we just talked about there. But that's a whole different rabbit hole. Like I said, I kind of got lost and distracted down there, but that's just another thing, But you guys, thanks a ton. Everything. Like I said, the only thing I ever ask is like and comment and subscribe. All the comments, again, I had another 150 today or whatever it was. Super fun, you guys. Just like, subscribe if you can, share with your friends, family, neighbors, co-workers, church members, whoever. But that's it, you guys. We have 4 hours and 3 minutes. I'm going to take myself a little cat nap, get up, and I'm going to be ready to rock and roll. So that's it, guys. Thanks. Love you all. Put the links in there, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.